Boys, what is up? Welcome back to the YouTube today. The plan is simple. I called on Twitter upon all of my followers. A simple request: ask a question and I will answer on YouTube.com. And so here I am, here to answer your questions. By the way, if you're here watching this video, ready to listen to answers that I have for you, make sure you've hit the subscribe button if you like the content. Boys, like 30-40% of the people watching my videos aren't even subbed, and some people who think they're subbed actually get unsubscribed. I'm not kidding. Check real quick and hit the subscribe button. It'd mean the world to me. I appreciate it. Let's get into the questions. All right, now look, I tweeted this out like 2 days ago. No, 1 day ago, literally yesterday, and 5,000 people replied. So I have a lot of questions that were asked. I'm not going to get to them all, but hopefully I get to questions that have a lot of people who want to know the answer to them, or maybe just give more insight on me as a creator in person. Cool. Let's get into it. First one is from Jay Schlatt, and it says, do you ever feel like Cutie Cinderella only likes you for your money? And he follows up with a statement, because I do. Wow. Jay Schlatt, thank you so much for your question. I appreciate it. A man who's used to answering questions from the Weekly Slap. How's a 21-year-old dude who can barely drink, but does own a gun, admittedly, have all the advice in the world? I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. How's this? Anyway, look, I don't think people actually think this, but I do think it's kind of a funny question. However, people might think to themselves, like, I don't know, cutie, cloud chasing, whatever. If that thought ever crosses your mind, just know that when I first met Cutie, I had about 200 viewers. This is right around when I was playing Pogo Suck for the first time. You probably weren't there at this point. Cutie was already on the Austin show. Had like 6, 7, 8, up to even 1,000 viewers sometimes. She was a much bigger streamer than I was. In fact, I think I kind of rode off her coattails for a while. I think it bumped my viewership up. So she's probably the last person that I ever met who knew me before I had any sort of following. Not that I'm like famous fucking George Clooney head ass now, but still, I mean, anytime I meet someone now, if they know who I am, it'll be completely different as opposed to being just like a regular dude. Not that I'm not a regular dude, but next question. Favorite Amazon stream item? This is a really good question. I actually had to look back in the annals of history to find out what I even bought, because I've purchased so much shit. However, I think I have a pretty clear answer, and it might be kind of a cop-out, but it's probably the Cars bed. It's actually the only item that, like, I got, I think, the most value out of. Like, I did the sleeping stream, and I made, like, $3,000. So it gave me the best return, and it also spawned a lot of memes, and now I bought a $5,000 Cars bed because of it. Even though I threw it out, rest in heaven, oh, you beautiful bed, it still was a pretty cool saga in the streaming YouTube thing. Cosmic D12 asked, hey, how has increase in viewership or income affected your psyche, your mental? Which is a fair question. I think things have changed a lot over the past year. I've probably grown in subscribers by like 10x, and I make a lot more money, and stuff is different. I don't know how much it's changed. I would say what it does is it kind of makes me min-max my life, in the sense that when I stream, I feel productive, and I'm also like the most successful. Like, I'm making money, and I'm growing, and I'm doing things that make me happy. And so it kind of makes my life revolve around getting as much time to stream or making the streams as good as possible. But because I'm putting all this energy into that, some other things fall through. Like, I've become a lot worse at responding to people, because I get a lot of DMs from people, whether it's friends, families, or fans, or whoever, and I get stressed out because there's so many people. And so I want to not stress about that so I can focus on streaming. So little things like that have slowly become imbalanced over time, because I've just not wanted to sacrifice streaming or YouTube at all. And so you have to sacrifice something else. Having said that, I think I'm still not too far off from where I was a year or 2 years ago. Maybe I'm out of my mind, but I think the people around me have been the same since I had 12 viewers, so that helps a lot. Van R. Crosby says, how do you deal with burnout and keep coming up with new stream ideas? I don't. Why come up with new ideas? I mean, the reality of it is that I create a new video every single day. I upload a new video, and I've done that for almost a year. The exact day will be October 5th. In fact, it might be the day this video is uploaded, which would be kind of cool. Subscribe for my 1 year anniversary, please. Hopefully, anyway, I think doing that makes it really easy because what happens, it's kind of like I'm a network. Think of it like Nickelodeon. I am Nickelodeon, like a shitty Nickelodeon with a much smaller budget, but I have a bunch of shows. Reddit recap, Amazon streams, stream music playlists, playing the new Jump King Pogo Stop game. All those are like series, and every time I'll do them like weekly, monthly, and I can keep doing them as long as I wait enough in between so it doesn't get too stale. And so I don't really have to come up with a new idea very often. I mean, I can do 1 week of only Among Us, Reddit recap, music playlist stream, and nothing there's new. I mean, I've done all of that before. I only have to introduce new things when I want to or I feel like things are getting a bit stale. And so I do that maybe once every couple weeks, and then I'll introduce a new thing, and if it does well, I'll keep doing that thing. If it doesn't do well, I'll stop doing that thing. That's just kind of how it works, I think, for most YouTubers. I think most YouTubers kind of stick to like one thing because they don't upload as frequently. But if you think of any daily uploader, they kind of have a formula that they stick to. Think Lawai, shit like that. It's not really new every time, but it's still new enough that people are going to watch the videos. And that's what matters at the end of the day. Nico Tahini says, I've subbed to you for 6 months and you've never read any of my sub messages. I have auto renewal on and everything. Why? Why have I never read out any of your sub messages? That's your question? Nico, thank you for the 6-month sub. I appreciate it. And thank you to everyone on YouTube or on Twitch who does subscribe to my Twitch channel. I mean, that Twitch channel has funded me for so long. Twitch, although it doesn't have like the outreach that YouTube has and the exposure, it's amazing at helping people who create content go full time when they have small viewer base. I mean, I went full time with 200 average viewers, which on hindsight seems crazy. I mean, it seems like a bad decision, but it worked because so many people subbed, and it's people like that kept me going. And so I really do appreciate it. However, it's gotten to the point where sometimes like subs get in the way of the content itself, which is what the people are subbing for. You know what I mean? Like you're subbing because you like what I'm doing. And if thanking your sub gets in the way of you liking what I'm doing, then it doesn't really add up. Having said that, I'm not so inflated of an ego that I don't thank any subs. I usually try to do it in the first 15 minutes of streams. I just have certain windows when I do it. If you watch a stream for a bit, you've probably noticed that as well. If I do miss your sub, I'm sorry. I really appreciate it. Just know I probably muted notifications and stopped reading it out because I wanted to make sure I could get the content first before thanking any subs, because I think that's the most important part. All right. Hey, this question, a juicer from Call Me Carson YT. Carson, who said, what's the most fulfilling aspect of this job for you? Which is like a hard question. Yeah, it's like, that's some deep shit. Honestly, the thing that keeps me the most motivated at this point isn't the money, which you might be saying, Cap, or isn't really the increase in subs, which I do still care about. It's keeping the streak alive, which might sound dumb, but I have a daily upload streak on YouTube. I've been doing it for almost a year. Again, October 5th. That's 1 year of uploading every single day on YouTube, and I'm really proud of that. Maybe I'm not proud of every single video, and I think everything's the goddamn Mona Lisa, but having stuck to something for that long, after spending a life picking up something and dropping it the next day or year, whether it's piano or soccer or when I tried to learn Japanese for a day, I'm really proud of. It's just not something I've done growing up, and I finally did it because I'm really passionate about it. And trust me, there are days I uploaded at 11:59 and I didn't want to get up to make a thumbnail, but I did it because I want to keep the streak alive, and that has really been pushing me. And I don't know what'll happen when I hit a year. Maybe I'll want to hit 2. Maybe I'll get tired of it at 3, 4. I don't know exactly when. At some point, I'm sure I just won't care about the streak and maybe I'll stop. But for now, it pushes me every single day to upload a YouTube video. To do that, I got to go live on Twitch. And it's been really fulfilling to just see that I've stuck to something. For once in my goddamn life, I actually stuck to something. I'm proud of that. In the same train of this job, Zilla Killa says, what would your advice be to people who are starting to stream or do YouTube? Also love the content, Lud. Well, as we all know, boys, look, streaming YouTube, it's not a walk in the park, all right? I need to give you the facts, okay? I think the most important thing you can do right now, before I say anything else, is write down what your goal is. What's your goal? Why are you doing this? Is it for fame, money, being a YouTuber because you think it'd be a fun job? What is the exact reason? Narrow it down. I think a lot of people get into it for like a reason they vaguely thought of. They think it might be cool, but you should really specify why you're doing it. And after you do that, face the facts. All right, let's just talk about streaming. 4 million people hit the go live button every day. And since Twitch started, what, 10 years ago? Only 40-ish thousand people, 40 to 50,000 people have ever become partnered. But that's just the facts. It means 99% of people who actually do this don't have any legitimate chance at doing it full time. They just don't. I mean, not even having 100 viewers, it'd be really, really hard to live off of. So if that's your goal, that's the facts. And that means that your content can't even be as good as mine. It has to be leagues better than mine, so that not only are you able to be successful, you're able to be viewed over someone like me. Because if we do, let's just imagine the same exact thing, the same thing every single day, people are going to watch me because of my library of content behind me, as opposed to you who has nothing to stand on, which sucks, which means you have to do things better and bigger than I'm doing them. And that's what I did when I first started, and I think it worked out. And now I'm honestly able to be kind of lazy. I mean, I can play Among Us and I can get as many viewers as I would if I were to go all out with some $10,000 giveaway. It's just kind of how it works. The rich get richer on Twitch and YouTube. And so to really get started, you have to be doing content better than anyone who's big. Good content, I really do believe at the end of the day prevails, but it has to be the top 0.01% of content for you to even get there. Do you really believe your content's that good? If it is, tweet it out on your main fucking Twitter. Don't make a side Twitter. That's pussy shit. If you're actually proud of it, show it to your friends and family. If you're not, reevaluate if you think it's good or not. That's my best advice. That's my absolute best advice. And I think it makes you take an honest look at yourself, and maybe you won't want to do it. Maybe you will. Up to you. This question comes from Cutie Cinderella. She said, next question. Whenever you stream, are you anxious? And if you are, what's an example? And that's a really good question. I think a lot of people might get anxious with public speaking, and I think streaming's like an extension of that. I personally love public speaking. I mean, that was the best class I had in college. It was the best class in terms of my grade as well. It's what I wanted to do growing up. I wanted to be a talk show host. So public speaking's kind of my thing. But I still get nervous occasionally. And it all comes down to practice. I mean, practicing streaming, it might sound weird, right? Because you don't want to be bad, but you just have to be for a while. For example, like this video, I'm not live. I'm not on Twitch. This is YouTube exclusive. There's literally a camera on my face that said start recording, and nobody's here to give me feedback. If I'm not funny, I don't know. If I am funny, I don't know. It's just me in a room by myself, and I kind of feel dumb. But the more and more I've done it, the more comfortable I feel. I mean, it's like literally everything in life. I promise you. Everything in life is all about knowing what to expect in the situation you're in. And the more times you're exposed to it, the more you'll be able to react to the situation you're in. All right? And this is like from playing a goddamn game of Super Smash Bros. And knowing what to do in that situation, or being live on Twitch and knowing what to do in that situation. It's all about practice at the end of the day. And so I've been forcing myself to sit in a chair and hit start recording, and I feel like an idiot, but I still do it. And I think I'm getting better. I don't know. People are saying that you can't. There was a giant meme in the last one. I was like, don't worry, YouTube Ludwig doesn't exist. And then it was YouTube Ludwig. And then people are saying they're scared of the eye contact. What's wrong with my eye contact? Do you not like my eye contact? What's wrong with my eye contact? Is this bad? What's going on? I thought this was nice. I like this. Did you subscribe yet? For an example of when I get anxious on stream, the only time was actually when I did Austin's Lover Host. Back before probably any of you really knew about Lover Host, it was with Mia Malkova, and I was one of the guests on it. I had like maybe a couple hundred viewers at the time, and there were 30, 40, 50,000 people, and I was like, I felt a pit in my stomach. And bear in mind, I'd never been nervous on my own stream. I think it was the pressure to be funny and entertaining on someone else's stream that I had less control over because there were 10 other people. And I literally had to take a shot of alcohol to calm my nerves. I thought that would help. It didn't help. I actually take shots very poorly. It tasted like shit. I had a disgusting taste in my mouth the whole entire time. And I made a small dick joke that no one laughed at. Good times. Oh, I did it before you, George was not found, by the way. Copycat. Steal my shit. Weird. This question comes from Polite SL. Why do you only pay me in U2s and not real money? What about the exposure? It's pretty good. Follow Polite and Shake Drizzle on Twitter if you want. Hey, you ratioed Keemstar. I feel like that's good for 6 months of free editing, if you ask me. Full disclaimer, I pay my editors handsomely. And YouTube's. Next question. Mason D. Coop asked, when is the next merch drop? Missed out on the first one. Hey, good question. I'm not doing them as fast as I would like. I mean, I'm just kind of busy and I have to wait on a few people to design and things like that. However, I'm very confident that it'll happen this month. And I'm actually really excited for the new merch designs. It's kind of similar to the old one, but spiced up a bit. So I think a lot of people are going to like it. I hope it doesn't sell out too fast like last time, because everyone was mad at me that they couldn't get one. Hopefully there's enough supply. I promise, let you know on Twitter. I'll let you know on Instagram. I'll let you know on Discord. I'll let you know on YouTube. I'll let you know on Twitch. Literally the day before, the hour before, and the hour it happened. So just follow me everywhere and I will let you know, I promise. Twitter's probably your best bet. John8079 asked, hi, what is your favorite YouTube video? And I assume that you mean my favorite YouTube video of all YouTube videos, not like of what I've made. But if it was that, I'll answer both. The first one, what's my favorite YouTube video? At this moment in time, it's probably the ingenious design of the aluminum beverage can. I love that video. I don't know. I've watched it like 8 times, like 20 minutes long. It's just a guy talking about aluminum cans. I don't know why I like it, but I kind of like it. I also really like some other classics. Pantyox 0.5 A-Press video for the star in Hazy Maze Cave. The only other one that I can think of are like throwback Jake and Amir. Jake and Amir rap with Hoodie Allen. I don't know why. Random video to shout out. But I laugh at it almost every time when Jake does his intro laugh. That's probably my top 3. And there's a lot of great other YouTube videos. I mean, there's so much good content that it's really hard to narrow it down to one. As far as the favorite video I've made, if that was your question, which I'm sure some people might be curious about, it's got to be either Pogo Stuck 2 or the Pokemon one. When I beat Pogo Stuck 2 and the story of that and that whole thing, or the Pokemon one, they're probably my favorite videos. I mean, it was just like a really happy feeling. Yeah. When I beat the Pokemon Black and White run and I got the crit, I was just so happy. I mean, the video might not be my favorite. It's more like my favorite arc because it was so many videos. My favorite individual videos, probably Pogo Stuck 2, if not the Pokemon tournament as well. All those videos, you know, the ones where I do something kind of cool and win and it's really hype and I play the 1, 2, 3, 4 song. I'm actually really happy when those happen in real life, so I like the videos because of it. Slime asked, will you die fulfilled? Retrogaijin asked, a very good question, really interesting. A lot of people are probably curious about this. Why are you so handsome? Honestly, I don't even think I'm that handsome. I'm just like a totally, you know, average looking. Fuck. Just a mixture of like birth. I'm sorry. EliKick asked, basically, am I happier now than when I had less viewers? Is that the question? Am I happier now? Yeah, I would say I'm happier now, but I'm also just kind of happy in general. I don't know. I feel like I've been pretty blessed. I don't have any like giant mental problems that I know a lot of people deal with, including a lot of my family members. And it sucks, but I think I've been pretty positive. I have a pretty good mindset, and I have never really had to deal with too many, I don't know. It's just been pretty good. It's been going well. I mean, things have just been going good. I think things start to get stressful when your job is maybe not going as well, and then other life factors impact it. But I mean, everything's just been going up. Everything's been going well. And I have to say it, even though everyone says it, I have like the fucking greatest job in the world. I literally just get to play cool video games or hang out with chat, make YouTube videos, and that's it. That's all I have to do. every day. And if I don't want to, I don't necessarily even have to go live. I have a very flexible schedule. If I only want to go live 3 hours, 6 hours, if I want to go live 12 hours, I can. It's just a really cool job. I'm blessed to have it, and it's hype. This is a more interesting question, though, which asks, would you be disappointed if your viewer base stayed exactly the same size it was forever? And I think, yeah, I think everybody wants to grow. I don't know, man. I grew up playing video games, and the way Twitch and even YouTube structure themselves, it's kind of like a video game. I mean, you want the numbers to grow up. Twitch even has achievements based on how many viewers you get. It can't feel any more like a video game than it does. And so when the numbers start to go down, you're not happy. You want to beat your score, beat your high score. I want to do that too. So it doesn't feel good. I know it doesn't feel good. I think I have the same problem everyone has. I'm not unique. And I have it whenever my viewers go down. If I hit 12,000 one day, I feel like that's my new average, even though it's my new peak. And if I don't hit it the next day, I'll feel bad. But I think over time, it's become a lot easier because I've recognized that even when people take breaks or do something that people don't like, it kind of all comes around at the end. Dr. Disrespect or Pokimane or Soda Poppin'. I mean, they all take months off. They come back, it's like nothing ever happened. And I think seeing that's helped me realize that it's not as dire stakes day to day as some people make it out to be. If I miss a stream, it's fine. It won't be the end of the world, and people will still be there tomorrow. So I've been trying to get better at it. Aiden Jones from Canada asked, I love your style for season 5 so far. How do you come up with your ideas? I know you've said just you borrow ideas, but you still make the decision to do it. So, like, how do you know it'll work? Love your content, Ludwig. Thank you, Aiden. I appreciate it. Salutations from Canada. However, I think this question's kind of loaded. So let me break it apart a bit. The first part of it is, how do I come up with my ideas? And I think it's just consuming a lot of content. I'm willing to bet on a day-to-day average, I watch more Twitch and YouTube than most of my viewers. I'll pull it up. I'll pull up the stats for you because I think it's kind of interesting. So if I pull up right now on my phone, Screen Time, which might be an app you're scared of opening, go ahead, do it. Let's do it together right now. And I look at my activity over the past week. Let's just take a look at last week. I averaged about 4 hours of Twitch and 4 hours of YouTube, 3 hours of YouTube a week, and then like 7 hours of Twitter. So I'm looking all the time at content creators at least 2 hours a day, whether it's Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube. And that's just on my phone. That doesn't even count my laptop, my computer, or wherever else I'm looking at it. So I'm constantly looking and seeing what these people are doing. I think my main strat of what I do is I have a list of people in my mind who I think are great creators, like super talented people, and I check in on them every day, whether it's just 5 minutes popping into their stream or checking out their YouTube. I just look, I see what they're doing. And then if they're doing something I like, I see if I can add my own twist and make it my own. And that's just kind of what I've been doing, and you do it enough and then it becomes your own style. So that's just kind of how I find ideas. It's just because I keep consuming content. As far as whether I know it'll work or not, I don't. I mean, I do it, and if I get viewers or if I post it on YouTube and the video gets a lot of views, I know it worked. And if it doesn't, it didn't work. You know, I've dropped some stinkers before. I've dropped videos that have less than 200,000 views, which might sound like stupid and braggy or whatever, but to me, that means that you guys didn't like the video. My average is 250, 300,000, and it doesn't hit that, then people don't like that. So I shouldn't keep doing that. And if they do like it and it gets more views, then I'll keep doing it. And that's just how it works. I try. At the very least, try it. And if they don't like it, then you know, rather than never trying it and never knowing. That also helps you branch out of your comfort zone and come up with new shit. Can you show how tall you really are? Yeah, absolutely. 1 second. Ace_SSB_Roa. Ace. He asked, could I maybe do a stream with you? No. And that's not to be mean. The answer is just no. I mean, a lot of people ask me to play with them, and a lot of people ask for me to play with their favorite YouTuber, and I just don't like to. I mean, I think if the first time you meet someone is like on stream and you have to provide content while dealing with the social interaction of meeting another human, it's weird. It's not normal, guys. That's why I like doing content with people who are already my friends. Or maybe creators I've met that I like that, you know, we've talked before and it feels more natural. just jumping into a, stream or YouTube recording session with someone I don't know, it's awkward. And I'm not going to come off like you want me to, and I feel pressure to be funny, but I'm just a dude. And at the end of the day, that's all I am. I'm a dude. So I can't stream with you because I don't know you, and I don't want to get to know you by making content with you. That's not to say that I want you all to try to become my friend now. It's just to say that even if you think it'll be better to work with a bigger creator, working with your friends might be better content. Because you already know. Chad asked, how much money do you make? Look, I want to throw this in just for the clickbait, but I've already I said the exact answer in 3 past videos. I tried to clickbait the last video with that, but the click retention actually went down. Feels like people actually don't care enough anymore. But I thank you, Chad, for asking that question. I've answered it before. I can answer again. Good amount. How do you speak with so much power, conviction behind your voice? I paid $100,000 in tuition to Arizona State University for a degree in communications. I hope I got one fucking thing out of it. What's your favorite game to play in your free time? Thank you for the question, Chili. And the real answer, and this is one of the drawbacks of streaming, is that I don't really play games in my spare time. I mean, I do it on stream, and then when I'm done stream, I need to like hang out with people in the real world or do shit like laundry. I don't have time as much as I did before I ever started streaming to play games. In fact, the first year streaming, I never played games offline. I mean, seriously, never. It wasn't until Valorant came out that I played it because I'd play with my roommates. And then Hades came out and I played that a bit because it honestly wasn't that good of a stream game. But those are the first 2. I've been doing it more lately. I think it's because I got better at the whole YouTube thing. It doesn't take as much time up, so I'm able to, but I really don't. I love this question. Casey Bobby. Favorite game of all time? Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. If you have yet to watch the Super Smash Bros. Melee documentary, please watch it. I know it's 4 hours. It's worth it. And let's be honest, you've probably watched at least 10 of my videos. And you wasted that fucking time, didn't you? Think about all the things you're supposed to do in your life. Get stressed out, procrastinate, watch the doc. Trust me, it's fire, and it really, and I'm not kidding, changed my life. It literally is the reason I'm probably streaming today. This question I love because it is such an easy answer. Pimp Weasel. Honest advice, tips for someone who hasn't started streaming yet, but plans to in the future. Yeah, here's my best advice. If you're planning something, just fucking do it. Stop planning it. Because if you're planning it, you're building it up in your mind, you're just not going to do it. I mean, being an idea guy, which a lot of people like to do, they like to think of ideas. All the time I get DMs, Ludwig, I thought of this idea for a stream, but I can't do it because of this XYZ. Stop being an idea guy. It is useless to be an idea guy if you're not executing. Execution at the end of the day is all that matters, because if you're not doing any ideas, they don't matter. It's just failed potential. And you get stuck in that forever and ever and ever. How many times have I said to myself, oh, it'd be great if I would learn piano, and I don't actually ever execute. You have to just start doing it. Know where you're at. Even if it's shit, at least start. Anything. It doesn't matter. This is not just related to streaming. Just start anything you want to do now. Don't keep it off because, oh, I need this piece of tech or I need this amount of free time so I can do it right. Fuck doing it right. PogChamp to actually doing it in the first place. I think a lot of people in their head, they fantasize, they feel good about it, and they give up on it before they ever even try it. And if that's you, shit, man, it's a sad way to go through life. Just start doing shit. It's not that bad. I swear, it's not going to be that bad. This question and our final question is from Tommy in it. Good old Tommy. The plan is simple. Tommy asked, who's your favorite woman? My mom's pretty cool. Margot Robbie too. Is it supposed to be the queen? I don't know. I feel like it's some SMP joke. By the way, look, Tommy asked me to follow him on Twitter several times. Every time I'm blowing him off. Blowing him off every single time. So I'm going to do this in a YouTube video. That way he doesn't find out for a little bit. I'm going to do a coin flip right now on stream. If it's heads, I'm going to follow you, Tommy. If it's tails, I'm not going to follow you. The coin don't lie. One flip to rule them all. Heads, I do it. Tails, I don't. It's the queen, Tommy. the queen is my favorite woman. All right, boys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. As always, please hit the subscribe button if you're not already running it. Maybe turn on notifications. I've never shouted that out before, but apparently you're supposed to. I don't really know how to do this YouTube shit. Hasn't even been a year. Anyway, I'll see you boys next time.